Chios is the fifth largest of the Greek islands, situated in the Aegean Sea, 7 kilometers off the Anatolian coast. The island is separated from Turkey by the Sesma Strait. Chios is notable for its exports of mastic gum, and its nickname is the Mastic Island. Tourist attractions include its medieval villages and the 11th century monastery of Nemoni, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Administratively, the island forms a separate municipality within the Chios regional unit, which is a part of the North Aegean region. The principal town of the island and seat of the municipality is Chios Town. Locals refer Chios Town as Kora. Geography: Chios Island is crescent or kidney-shaped, 50 kilometers long from north to south, 29 kilometers at its widest, and covers an area of 842 square kilometers. The terrain is mountainous and arid, with a ridge of mountains running the length of the island. The two largest of these mountains, Polinion and Epios, are situated in the north of the island. The center of the island is divided between east and west by a range of smaller peaks, known as privatas. Regions: Chios can be divided into 5 regions. East Coast: midway up the east coast lie the main population centers, the main town of Chios, and the regions of Rontados and Cambos. Chios Town, with a population of 32,400, is built around the island's main harbor and medieval castle. The current castle, with a perimeter of 1,400 meters, was principally constructed during the time of Venetian and Ottoman rule, although remains have been found dating settlements there back to 2000 BC. The town was substantially damaged by an earthquake in 1881, and only partially retains its original character. North of Chios Town lies the large suburb of Rontados, which claims to be the birthplace of Homer. The suburb lies in the Amiroupoli municipality, and its connection to the poet is supported by an archaeological site known traditionally as Teacher's Rock. Directly south of Chios Town lies the island's airport and the region of Cambos, a large fertile plain. Here there are stone mansions and walled orchards. At the southern edge of the Cambos plain lies the town of Thymiana. Thymiana is the sole source of a beige-burgundy two-tone sandstone used both in the local mansions and much of the town itself. Inland lie a number of villages rising up into the central mountains, culminating with the village of Ios Georgios Sikousis, perched at the peak dividing east from west. Along the coast lies Karfis, a sandy beach, which along with the nearby village of Ieramiona is now the main tourist center, with a number of large and small hotels. Southern region: in the south of the island are the Masticochoria, literally, mastic villages. The 7 villages of Mesta, Pyrgi, Olympi, Kalamoti, Vesa, Lythi and Elata, which together have controlled the production of mastic gum in the area since the Roman period. The villages, built between the 14th and 16th centuries, have a carefully designed layout with fortified gates and narrow streets to protect against the frequent raids by marauding pirates. Between Chios Town and the Masticochoria lie a large number of historic villages including Armolia, Maimaya, and Kalimasia. Along the east coast are the fishing villages of Cataractus and to the south Nenita. The south coast has 2 populated areas, the Bay of Komi and the ancient village of Emporio, inhabited since 1800 BC, and the site of the black volcanic beach of Mavra Volia, believed to have been created by the explosion of Santorini Island in 1600 BC. West coast: the west coast, between the deep natural harbour of Limnaeus at the south and the town of Elysius in the north, forms a crescent-shaped series of almost uninhabited rocky bays. The nearest population centres are the 2 hillside villages of Lythi and Sidianta, while further inland lie the villages of Elata, Vesa, Agiodorgi, Avganama and the deserted village of Arnavatos. There is a system of stone beacons that were built at regular intervals to signal the approach of ships, and warning the islanders against invasions by pirates. Northern region: the north of the island contains 2 villages, Polysis on the west coast, and Cardamila on the east. Further to the north, are three villages where cherries are grown: Amades, Vicky and Cambia. In June, Cambia holds an annual cherry festival, Yeortatan Karasian. Cambia holds several festivals during the summer months. Also located in the northern region is the island's tallest mountain, Mount Polinian, at 1,297 meters. Spartaunda and Phyta lie a few miles from Cambia. In the village of Phyta stands a watchtower dating back to the late 16th century, the time of the Genoese occupation. The village of Kourounia lies 20 kilometers north of Olyssis in the northwestern part of the island. Next to Kourounia is the village of Egrigoras. Interior directly in the center of the island, between the villages of Avganama to the west and Caris to the east, is the 11th century monastery of Nemoni, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The monastery was built with funds given by the Byzantine Emperor Constantine IX, after 3 monks, living in caves nearby, had petitioned him while he was in exile on the island of Mytilene. The monastery had substantial estates attached, with a thriving community until the massacre of 1822. It was further damaged during the 1881 earthquake. In 1952, due to the shortage of monks, Nemoni was converted to a convent. Further south is the region of Kambochoria. This is a collection of medieval villages with a combined population of about 3,000 and an agricultural economy. In this region 4 varieties of wild tulips grow. West of the Kambochoria on the central ridge of the island, lies the 16th century village of Ios Georgios Sikosis. The village is situated 400 meters above sea level, strategically overlooking both sides of the island, and was previously fortified with both a wall and a tower. Geology: the Chios Basin is a hydrographic subunit of the Aegean Sea adjacent to the island of Chios. Climate: the island's climate is warm and moderate, categorized as temperate, Mediterranean, with modest variation due to the stabilizing effect of the surrounding sea. Average temperatures normally range from a summer high of 27 degrees Celsius to a winter low of 11 degrees Celsius in January. Although temperatures of over 40 degrees Celsius or below freezing can sometimes be encountered. Rainfall, while usually plentiful, varies greatly both throughout the year and between years. Rain is rare during the summer months, but the winters are changeable and wet. Sunshine is plentiful, as is typical of the eastern Mediterranean, with almost no cloud cover in the summer months. Average humidity varies from 75% in winter to 60% in summer. The island normally experiences steady breezes throughout the year, with winds direction predominantly northerly or southwesterly.